So that night comes. You're sitting in a restaurant with your roommate's parents, eating some food. Had you gotten your food yet?
Actually, this is what happened. I had just ordered a big Whoppin' burger. And so the burger just came, and then by that time, I think I took 2 bites and then ran off. It was just heavy. The atmosphere was heavy, the car ride was heavy, and I remember like texting my mom saying like, it's gonna be a late night.
So, Silent Sam falls.
Right.
And what was the feeling in the air?
Honestly, there's no other way to describe it than simply being electric.
I think I very quickly recognized that this was a make or break moment.
I knew while it was happening and in that moment that I had just witnessed a piece of history that would be in North Carolina history books for decades and centuries to come. It was a moment truly like no other. That this monument that had caused so much strife, so much ambivalence, so much agony for so many years had finally come down. And honestly, it was a surreal moment. We just started trucking it back to the student government suite. For those who were there that night at the Silent Sam rally, they know that as soon as the statue fell, it started raining. And we walk in, debrief everybody, and it is right to work. It was, and I know it bears no real semblance, but it was like coming into a situation room.
We had to say something, and it took a lot for us, I think, to kind of come out and make a definitive statement. I mean, we were there for hours.
And just everybody in that room understood that this was a time that we had to make a statement and that we had to stand by our student leaders.
You know, I have to think of the different communities on campus and how it will impact them. I have to think of the community of Chapel Hill at large. And, you know, when all this stuff happened, the nation was watching too. So what message do we need to clearly communicate to make sure that everyone feels heard and valued on campus and also in the state of North Carolina and larger sometimes? So a lot of factors come into play, but we take those very seriously and communicate those messages beforehand when talking to people, you know, last semester, this semester, and making sure that their ideas are also sort of matriculated into the statements that we make.
Who gets to make that final decision on what goes in a statement like that?
You know, I take into account what the community says, what my team says, but that at the end of the day, it's me.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.